Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of InRange. We are finally at the highly hyped by us, and for good reason it turns out, Red October AK match, as sponsored by the Southern Utah Practical Shooting Range and our buddy and awesome AK savant, Jim Fuller.
Yeah, Rifle Dynamics.
And so, right off the bat, let's give them kudos. They have launched something here that needed to be done.
Yeah.
Everything is AR centric and there's nothing wrong with that. We love the AR. But the reality is this gun deserves its day in the light too.
Yeah.
And there's now a venue, and I believe, we'll talk more about that in the end. The goal here is to launch an annual event that really pushes a celebration of the Kalashnikov and some other comm block weapons.
Right.
So we're here to start that, and let's talk about the gear we're using and where we're going.
Okay, so this was actually originally your idea, Karl.
Yeah.
I thought, oh yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I am a narcotraficante, a Mexican cartel marijuana smuggler.
Mule, as they're sometimes
yes.
referred to. Now, typically when they're armed, there might be a coyote.
Right.
But mules sometimes are armed, or they're a little mixture of both.
Maybe, yeah.
It sounds weird, and we're not making fun or light of this because it's a real issue. But this is an authentically, really, no joke, really. We even spoke to Bortak and got some data here.
Yeah.
This is pretty right. I mean, kind of craptastic, but functional.
Oh, totally
AK.
craptastic.
That bag and that pack is pretty legit, quite honestly. This is how they come across the border,
So
at least some of them.
What this would be is a legitimate bale of marijuana, like a bale of straw or a bale of hay,
Or mota.
in a canvas bag or a burlap sack, and you just kind of wrap it with some twine to hold it together and throw some sort of half-ass straps on it, and that's how it comes across.
Talk about your footies.
Yep. Then I took more of that same blanket, wrapped it around my boots, because that prevents you from leaving distinguishable footprints. So I'm sure guys can still be tracked wearing these things, but you can't identify specific boot prints.
But they try.
And you know what? That really works too. It's pretty cool. I've got my water jug painted black. It probably should be a matte black instead of gloss, but prevents it from reflecting.
And then your crazy make everything terrible again hat.
Yes, make everything terrible again.
We knew there needed to be a baseball cap. We didn't know what it was. We found that one. It was too awesome to not use it.
Yeah.
So,
And just for kicks,
machete. Oh my.
not totally... Here, hold that for me.
Machete.
A machete.
Machete does not
A
text.
really cheap machete, which I don't think I'm going to be able to use in the match anywhere, but you know what? It's the kind of thing that these guys would actually carry.
So we're not making light of this, but here's the thing. We like to joke around and make fun and put on some costumes, but what?
Jesus.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And Jesus Malverde, who is legitimately the patron saint of lost causes and drug smugglers.
Yep. So in the pantheon of Catholic saints, there actually are what are considered unofficial saints. There's a whole wide variety of them. The Borderlands has a ton of them.
Yep.
If you're not familiar with the southern border of the U.S., there's a whole bunch of unofficial saints. And Jesus Valverde is actually pretty much the one that, for whatever reason, not only drug runners,
Right.
but frequently drug runners seem to be attracted to, and he's one of their saints.
Yep.
So that's pretty authentic stuff. So we're not making light of this, and the reason we're doing this actually is we like to do a lot of educational stuff on InRange,
Yeah.
and some of it is nuanced. And for those of you that don't live in places like Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, you don't know about this. And this stuff, you find it laying around in the desert.
Yep.
No joke. Literally, bottles like that, rags like that, not a guns per se. I've been out hunting and seen that crossing the desert. So it's real.
I did try to get with some of our police and border patrol contacts and get a legit, actual smuggler's backpack, but unfortunately it didn't work.
Anyway, that's all there is to that. Me, I'm trying to represent, for the best part, actually one of my better outfits, late early 80s Spetsnaz setup.
Yep.
So I know this wood right here, by the way, has divot cuts, which is not exactly right, but it's essentially the same handguards that would be on an AK-74. We have the bandage, we have the tourniquet strapped around it, which, by the way, is excellent for, not only does it keep a bandage and a tourniquet where you may want it in case of being wounded, it actually provides a really nice cheek weld. It actually enhances the gun.
Yeah.
I like it.
And that's a legit Soviet thing, and that's actually legit Soviet first aid gear.
This is real. This is not replica. This is Soviet surplus. Literally Soviet surplus. And then they love their blue electrical tape, and I've got my jungle mags here done with blue electrical tape. This gives me 60 rounds on tap. This I have a feeling is going to prove invaluable. And
I don't think you're going to need, for this match, I think that's going to be enough for every stage.
And you're going to have spacers in there, and that is legit. Pictures of that out in the field. The AK is otherwise unmodified. I've got the camo, the ever important Machbuzz Adidas bayonet.
The most important part of the whole.
The most important part, plus 100 to running and agility. The pouch, the blue striped required shirt, the head rag, cheesy 80s glasses. Oh, and fingers or gloves who someone stole my fingers.
Yep.
But this is also correct. So we are, in terms of authenticity, I'm not going to say it's 100%, but this is pretty close for one of my setups from
I think
that
it
perspective.
really is.
With the exception of that, we're there. Someone called me out on this once, and I'm like, okay, right, I'm not going to fix it. But just saying, under that, we are right.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to have fun with this, but we wanted to more importantly be out here to celebrate one of the most important light rifles in the history of firearms development and combat.
Yeah.
And that's why we're here.
And to have a good time doing it. That's a critical and foundational element of this match. It's not about, being best by a fifth of a tenth of a second. It's about having fun and shooting fun guns and learning things at the same time.
That's the goal. I mean, there is a real competition to be had here. There's stuff on the line. There's the ability to win rifles, win stuff, but there's also the ability to come out here and learn and enjoy it with other friends.
Absolutely. All right, so the match is all over, and we are now at Arby's, who are not the sponsor of Full 30 or InRange or the AK Red October match.
Yeah.
But they are the one good option in Hurricane, Utah for a quick bite of dinner on our long drive home. So overall, I won ugly class, which unfortunately is imaginary because there is no ugly class, but I would have.
Not officially recognized.
No, not or unofficially, I don't think. You, however, you won Kalashnikov Light, which was iron sight stock guns 5.45 or 5.56.
Yep, won the division.
And then in the shoot-off, you came in second. And
So
won yourself a pretty sweet arsenal rifle.
I did. So there were 4 people in the shoot-off. You had winner of com block, winner of open, winner of heavy, and light. Heavy being 7.62x39 or whatever.
Yep.
Light, as you said. Com block being any really com block service rifle, and open being modified guns, tricked out 60-round magazines, red dots. all that
Primarily optical sights.
Pretty much red dots. And so what they did is they squatted us together, and I shot against the guy that was open.
Yep.
And so the vendors had provided the guns, so we weren't
Right.
shooting our own guns.
Yeah.
Arsenal provided 2 SLR 104s with red dot sights mounted forward on Picatinny rails.
Yep.
And then there was a Vepr 12 shotgun. So you'd have to pick up the Arsenal gun, you have to neutralize 2 regular steel plates, and then a whole bunch of little pistol plate racks, well, rifle plate racks.
Yep.
And then you put the rifle down, safe it, pick up the shotgun, and neutralize the shotgun plate.
And there were 2 shotgun plates that fell, and they were at an angle. So they fall on top of each other, and whoever is on the bottom is the winner.
So in the shoot-off, I won against the guy in open.
Yep.
And then I had to go up against Sam Travis, who was a phenomenal.
He's not actually human, is he?
No, he's a cyborg or something.
Yeah.
That guy shoots that fast. So I knew going into this that this is an unlikely thing.
Yeah.
However, I did secure myself in my mind already second place.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I went to go shoot against him, and I watched the video, and I held my own for a couple plates.
Yeah,
I goofed up. I did don't do this in a shoot-off, by the way. I looked over at his target array and realized I was keeping up, and then immediately blew it. So since I'm like, I'm keeping up,
Wait, what? Whoa,
and
where'd
by
the dot go?
thinking I'm keeping up, that screwed me.
Sam is ready. Karl is ready. Stand by, shooters. Go!
Nice job, guys.
Hey, thanks. That was awesome.
Follow your photo bomb.
I was kind of close to you until there was one plate that I decided to miss on the rest of the time.
You know, the fact that you knew
Yeah.
that you were close to me,
Yeah.
maybe is why you lost. I had no idea what was going on.
You know what? I was seeing what was
I
going
had,
on
I had
over
no
here.
idea. As I picked up the shotgun, I still didn't even have you in peripherals.
Oh, see, that's bad for me because I'm like tink tink, dunk 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 dunk, and then one left, and I'm like bang 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 bang, and I see you doing this. I'm like, there it went. But it's okay. That was awesome.
Dude, that was
shooting.
fun. My heart's still going. I'm like, this is awesome.
At the end, I'm handed up. I'm
So
like,
I'm
Nice
just,
job, guys.
just happy to win the whole thing.
yeah,
Great.
congratulations.
Thanks.
Very good.
It was done. He won. But anyways, regardless, first place light, second place in the shoot-off.
Yeah, congratulations.
And I have to say thank you to Arsenal for supplying the gun. I won an SLR 104 with the Picatinny rail and a red dot sight, which is going to get shipped to the home.
And I'm sure it will show up in some video later on.
You will definitely see
Yeah.
it. So what I'm going to do is, since the match I won the match with like a 74 setup in Afghan style. I'm going to turn this thing into super uber alpha modern Zenit Co. I'm going to make this thing tricked out.
What's perfect is you also have a regular AKM.
I do.
It's like early AK, and then shooting the match with your mid AK,
Yep.
and then you've got super modern tactical AK.
So the Arsenal one coming already a Picatinny system on it. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to put some Zenit Co stuff on it. We're going to turn this into pretty much the rifle. If you guys ever saw the picture of the Soviet, or not, I keep saying
Alpha.
Soviet, the Alpha guy that got caught. I think he was in Afghanistan. He was not Syria. He was captured in Syria.
Somewhere, I don't know.
A Russian Alpha guy was captured somewhere, and his kit, his loadout was thrown on a rug, and I showed pictures of it all. And he had all the Zenitco stuff alphaed out on his gun. I'm going to try and make that gun.
Cool.
That'll be really fun.
So overall, I think the match was very successful. Total of 8 stages.
Yes. Well, no.
Was it?
7. The night stage became its own stage.
Right. Yeah. So the night stage that we shot, because there was some weirdness with lighting and differing conditions, they ended up pulling it out and basically doing it as a side match.
So they didn't throw it out. They just turned it into a side match.
So it didn't affect your aggregate scores.
If it had, I still would have won in my division, but it was a good idea.
So there will be a Red October Kalashnikov Championship for 2017. They've already confirmed that. And they're actually apparently moving it to a massively larger range that's in the works, which should be really freaking cool.
I guarantee what we see in here is the beginnings of something huge.
Yeah.
This kickstarted a new genre of competitive shooting.
Yep.
And I'm glad to see it. Two Gun has been doing that for 12 years. We keep pushing that. This was not Two Gun, but in the vein.
Right.
It had that vibe.
Yep.
And the AK brings out a different type of competitor, a different kind of shooter. And this is going to start something new. And I'm excited to see that because the shooting community needs it. And
Yep.
we need to bring fun back into the competition shooting events.
Exactly.
So
So if you guys weren't there, you missed out. But I understand it's the first time. But if you look at all of the video we have on the different stages, and you just like, wow, man, that's really cool. Which you should, because it was really cool. Definitely plan. It'll be the exact same weekend, last weekend in October, whatever that is for 2017. Plan to be up here, St. George, Utah, and enjoy the Red October Kalashnikov Championships.
I can't say one thing more than enough is that these types of events and what we do with Two Gun and what this match does gives people the opportunity to go shoot these guns in a practical environment and put themselves under and stress inoculate and put themselves under a timer.
Yep.
However, in this environment as well as Two Gun, it's fun. It's not cutthroat.
You know what?
And you enjoy yourself and walk away from it. Even if you lose, you walk away learning something. I know you did. I know I did.
Oh, totally. And the other thing, I just take this for granted because we've been doing it all weekend long here. But this was absolutely, there were people like Sam Travis who are freaking shooting cyborg mystery machines, and there were complete beginners. And I think everybody had a good time. The match isn't exclusive to either one. If you're brand new, you're going to have fun. Sure, you're not going to have competitive times with the guys who are cyborgs. But even if you are an absolute master uber shooter, you'll have fun with these stages at the same time.
You may not make it to the shoot-off, but what you will do is have a good time. You'll get an investment in your time. You're going to stress inoculate. You're going to become a better shooter in the process.
Yep.
And so the point is it's accessible to the beginner, but also it is a real competition for the experts. It really bridges both gaps.
Yep.
So it's fantastic.
And on that note, I'm hungry, so I think we should eat some of this
Time to eat Arby's.
and then get back on the road back home.
Thanks for watching. If you like this stuff, support us on Patreon. And if you can't do that, please share the videos with your friends, subscribe to YouTube and Full 30. Thanks.